About 18 months ago, we talked to this guy. We've had him in loads of times since then, and he had a massive fight lined up against his bitter rival from Birmingham, Matt Macklin, and for the European title. Then that fight fell through. Then he won the European title, and then this, and then that. Then there was another massive purse bid, and that was a good purse bid, and then that fight fell through because Macklin's decided to fight Winky Wright out in Las Vegas in April, and then there was this, and then there was that, and whew, I tell you what, it's like a soap opera. I can't keep up with it, so I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm going to get him on the line. I'm going to speak to Barnett's unbeaten former British, I think, former Commonwealth, former European at the moment, middleweight champion Darren Barker. Is that right, Darren? You've got none of the belts at the moment.
Just British.
I've just got through. Sorry, fella.
Yeah,
it is confusing. Darren, the main reason you're on tonight, and I did try and get you on last week, you know.
Yeah.
I did try and get you on last week, and I've sort of seen now why no one came back to me. I'm going to get...
Oh, yeah, we were swerving you.
I know you were. I know you were swerving me, and I understand why. And because I'm going to ask you this straight away, you've decided to switch promotional camps.
Yeah, we've to sign with Matchroom now.
Which couldn't have been easy for you.
No, it wasn't. You know, Mick's...
It's Mick Hennessy.
He is and always will be a friend of mine, and I'm very thankful for all Mick's done. But, you know, it was obviously an issue with the TV, and it's just fantastic to be, you know, sign this deal and be headlining on Sky Telly, you know, and showcasing my skills. I mean, that's something I wanted to do. Obviously, you
it's something you deserve. It's something
you
deserve as
named
well.
all the reasons why I haven't been able to, but that was all 2010. I mean, mentally, I'm in a good place. Physically, I'm in a good place, and I've just got the buzz back again. And you know, and signing this deal, I'm really, really enthusiastic and raring to go at the minute.
What did you think? I mean, obviously you've ended up with Eddie Hearn over there at Matchroom, Eddie and Barry, and I think Eddie. By the way, I think Eddie's a top operator, and I think he's a good guy. But did you speak to anybody else? Speak to the Hattons? Speak to Frank Warren, or was it a case of Mick on it?
You know, it was a brief meeting, and we went over things, and you know, it just instantly sounded exciting, and it's a pleasure and an honour to be working, you know, with Eddie and Matchroom. You know, a fantastic outfit, a big company, and yeah, like I say, really, really pleased and proud to be working with them.
What are they thinking for you, Darren? I mean, you know, are they thinking you out next month? You out the month after? What
We've
sort
got
of plan?
Penciled in April, end of April. I mean, and I'll be raring to go by then. Obviously, that would have been a year out, but you know, I'm firing all cylinders at the minute. So by April, I'll be raring to go.
And is that the European fight against this
European against the Italian Spada?
Spada, yeah, who's ranked at number 7. I mean, Rob Palmer sent an email in saying that your number 5 is number 7.
Yeah, and I think they're the WBC ranking.
Yeah, oh yeah. So what Rob's asking is do you think Eddie will ask for that to be an eliminator as well? Makes sense.
Possibly. I mean, I'm not too sure. That's something they may be able to do. You know, it's a big fight for me. It'd be my toughest opponent to date. But, you know, I would have been out a year, and I just want to jump straight back into it. I mean, I have been doing, and I will be doing loads of sparring, so I don't think the time scale is going to be an issue, you know, how long I've been out. And I just want to get in there, I want to prove how good I am, and with an opponent like that, you know, I think it's ideal.
You're just getting a bit frustrated the last 2 years, weren't you, really?
Yeah, but, you know, you can't dwell on that. That's all behind
of course
me now.
not.
I'm really, really optimistic about the future. I mean, like I told you last time, I had the birth of my little girl, and things are really good. You know, I'm in a good place at the minute, and, you know, I just really want to get going, and 2011 is going to be a good year for me, I think.
And Darren, just quickly and briefly before I let you go, and thanks for joining us, will you still be trained by Tony Sims?
Well, without doubt. Tony's very special to me. You know, he's a fantastic trainer. He's a great man. He's a very good friend of mine. Okay. And, you know, if Tony was to, for whatever reason, if we're just hypothetically talking, if Tony was to ever leave the sport for whatever reason, you know, I'd seriously contemplate, you know, jacketing myself, because, you know, he means that much to me. And, you know, I couldn't have done the move if it wasn't for Tony, you know, joining me as well.
But just to let you, just to reiterate before you go, wasn't something that you did easily. Wasn't something that you could just say, I'm going to do
I've
this.
got a lot of respect for Hennessy Sports, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me. It's just unfortunate, you know, what's happened in the last few months, you know, regarding telly.
Sure.
But, you know, I'm only in this game, you know, this career is a very short one.
Of course.
And I suppose, you know, you've got to go out there and do what's right for number one at the minute. I mean, and I know there was an interview in the Boxing News where it said I'd never leave Mick. Well, at the time, that was the case. And, I mean, things can happen overnight here, and if an offer that good's put to you, being in the situation I'm in with a family, etc., you know, it just made sense.
Yeah, listen, I can see that. Darren, listen, it's been a pleasure. I'll speak to you and speak to Eddie, and so as soon as you got a fight announced, we'll get you on a couple of weeks before.
Thanks so much, Steve.
No,
thanks
listen,
for having me.
Darren, give me a break. You're welcome in here anytime. You know that. Darren Barker, thanks very much indeed. See you, boss man, explaining to us the situation with leaving Hennessy Sports and taking up with Matchroom. I tell you, Eddie Hearn's got the bit between his teeth, remember? He really has. Barry... You know, what you have to understand with Matchroom is that they're business. I mean, obviously they're boxing, the prize fight is a business, and they've got other fights, other promotions they put on. But you know, they are doing. You know, it's the poker, it's the snooker, it's the pool, it's the darts. I mean, they're promoters. They're putting on shows. They're making the TV. It's a lot, and I just think Eddie's kind of moving forward the last couple of years, and I think he's talking to Barry, you know, his father, his dad, and saying, the boxing ain't finished for us. Let's have a little look at this, and that's a very good signing because Darren Barker's already in the top 10, certainly of 2 or 3 of the organisations, and he should be of all 4, and he's a top quality fighter. He possibly should have, been at a world title fight now, which is possibly the reason why he decided to finally part with Mick Hennessy. And of course, what an irony, Mick Hennessy had a show last week on Premiere, the Irish channel. It was absolutely blockbuster. 24 rounds of championship boxing and about 5 rounds of Tyson Fury chasing a big old dangerous lump from Brazil, and he is entertaining, Tyson Fury. I tell you, if there's a couple of things you want to go and see some boxing this year, go and see Tyson Fury. You want to go and see one of the biggest purists. Forget people telling you about Ken Buchanan and Dave Charnley. I tell you what, pay a few quid and go and watch, if you can, Frankie Gavin, one of the other guests on the show. We hope